Hey there, it's Amy Sheffer here with a new Reverse Confetti Wednesday in the Works project. I'm absolutely loving the new Hello and Thanks label confetti cuts die from our recent May release. And today I'm going to show you how to cut multiple labels from a card size panel in order to create a frame for color blocking. The card I'll be making in this video is Honeycomb inspired with yellows and black, plus the adorable bees from Reverse Confetti's The Buzz stamp set. I'll show another card at the end of the video that uses completely different colors. It's a fun look that's not limited to a bee theme at all. To get started, you'll need to cut multiple frames from a black A2 card panel. I've just eyeballed it here, but you could also measure if you're more comfortable with that. I started with the middle label on the right side because that was the easiest for me to line up. And then from there, it was pretty easy to just line up another cut above and below. And then with that whole right side cut, it's pretty easy to line up the die for the two left side cuts. I've adhered what's left to a cloud white card panel, which serves as a base for inlaying the color blocked labels. Next, I die cut 5 of the inside rounded hexagon pieces, 3 in Reverse Confetti's new Buttercup cardstock, and then 2 in Bumblebee Yellow. While I'm at it, I'm also die cutting 3 of the Hello sentiments in Cloud White. That Hello die is one of the dies that's included in the Hello and Thanks label confetti cut set. I'll be stacking those word dies later and then using them as part of the sentiment. Before I adhere the labels into their places, I'm using the Lots of Dots stencil and Sunshine ink to add a little bit of texture. I've also added a little shading using an ink blending tool. Now I'm ready to inlay them into the openings around the black frame piece. Once they're adhered, I trim off the excess. I actually trimmed this whole panel down to about 4 inches wide by 5¼ inches high so that I would have a narrow white border from the card base. Now for some stamping. First, I stamp What's the Buzz onto my Honeycomb panel in Midnight ink. That's Reverse Confetti's sort of new black ink. Nice and rich and really deep black color. I really like it. Next, I stamped 2 bees onto their respective die cuts, and then I color those with Copic markers. I love watching people color on videos, but maybe not real time because that's pretty slow, so I'll just speed this up a little bit for you. I add some Wink of Stella to the wings for some shimmer, and then I gently pull the wings forward for a little bit of dimension. Now I'm going back to the Hello die cuts. First I do some really light ink blending to the bottom half of just one of those die cuts, and then I stack all 3 for some dimension and place the word die cut just above the stamped sentiment. And now back to the bees. First, I add a little foam tape to the back, and I use that to adhere a short length of black and white baker's twine. I'm going to use the twine to make some loopy trails. There are 2 kind of loop-de-loops in the stamp set, so you could do it that way too. I just like the texture and the dimension from the twine, so I'm going to kind of recreate those with twine. To secure the twine at the loop, I'm just rolling glue dots into little balls. This makes them small enough so that they don't show too much from behind the twine, but there's enough there that both the first layer and then that top layer of twine from the loop get a good stick. On the end at the edge of the card, I've just used a little bit of liquid adhesive to keep that in place. And then my last step is to round the corners and adhere the whole panel to a cloud white card base. Now, you know I can't leave well enough alone when it comes to sequins, so here I'm adding just a random sprinkling around the card. They give everything a little extra pizzazz and pop, I think. So that finishes up today's card, and here is a look at a version that I made last week or the week before, I don't remember, with all sorts of different colors and a whole different theme. So you can kind of get an idea of some other looks that you can get with this same honeycomb frame. So that's it for me today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a good week. Bye-bye.